Hey guys, thanks for checking out the video. You know the deal with Don't Tell My Wife. Make sure you reference YouTube or Kaiju Daddy when you're joining. Now, the Medicom event is scheduled for July 26th. I will, of course, have video, and I will have an update for where things stand with Mafex for July. I'll probably put out a video maybe in 2 days. So another reminder, Christmas in July is for the Kaiju Daddy channel members. I'll be doing a giveaway. This is for channel members. Channel membership is 99 cents a month. It helps me keep and pay for certain things that I do for the channel. So thank you guys for supporting. Now the Goldies is also coming up. This will be July 7th. This will be our mid-year top 10 picks. And it will be 10 of us counting down. So make sure you check out that, and there might be a giveaway going on as well. And I just put up the Soldier Boy Mafex review. I'll put the link down below. Make sure you check out that video as well. Okay, now let's get into it. This is finally out, the boys. This is the Deep. This is Mafex 237. Take a look at both sides and the back. I know people are complaining about that head sculpt. I hear ya. I feel ya. I know. Now, I am having some issues with the lighting. I apologize. So the lighting will be a little bit off in the video. It's a little bit too bright. I'm recording this at night, and I have too many things going on. So I'm sorry if it's a little bit too flooded. Now, here's the figure out of the box. The two different heads. The clippers, the can, one separate hand, 3 additional hands, pairs of hands, and then the figure itself. So let's get him out. Let's see what he's all about. Here we have the webbed hands for the Deep. They are pretty nice. Nice sculpting, very nice sculpting. The subtleness of it, you really have to kind of see it close up to really appreciate it like this. It's pretty nice. So those are kind of opened webbed hands. These are more relaxed web hands. You don't get many hands with this figure compared to Soldier Boy. Soldier Boy, you did get more accessories. So it's striking when you get them both together and you notice. Here are the gripping hands. You would hold the clippers with these particular hands. Again, really nice detail on them. Very nice paint as well. And this hand is the separate hand, and this is for holding the can. So for using it to drink, this hand is separate, and it's the only one. There isn't a left-right option. There's just the one hand. So here's that can. It's right. They've done cans before. Most notably, I think, was the Shazam, the first Shazam that came out years ago. And here are those clippers. Pretty nice to get a nice set of clippers. You know, you've seen my head. I cut my own hair. I use clippers, you know, once or twice a week. So it's nice to have one, finally, in 1/12 scale. So they're pretty good. Nice clippers. Now here's the head sculpt. This is a little bit of dirt there on his face. That is not a paint issue. This is him after he's buzzed his head. I think this is the best head. I'm not really sure about that little piece there in the front. I would have to look at the stills from the show and see if that should be there. I couldn't really tell you off the top of my head. But I think this is the better sculpt. I like the hair tight like that, and this is most likely going to be the version that I am using for my figure. Noticeably, no seam lines either. Now here he is. I guess this is his happy face. You know, he just had a rendezvous with the octopus, I suppose. Again, no octopus in the accessories. Pretty crappy Medicom. This head's all right. It's not the best. I feel like they really could have done better here, and there's some issues with the paint at the hairline of my figure. If you can see right there, there's some serious issues. So not a big fan of this particular head. So here is the figure out of the box. Let's take a look at that neutral head. that comes on the body. Let's zoom in a little bit. You can see it. This one, I do like this one better than the last one. And there are less issues with the hair on this particular head sculpt. So you can see the detail in the head sculpt with the hair. They like to do that gold highlight on a lot of these figures. Hairy chest, I guess. So nice work on the arms. You get that vein, the veins coming out on the biceps, which is a nice touch. The sculpting on the suit is very nice. You can see on the gauntlets. Nice paint on the figure. Again, just like the Soldier Boy, I didn't have any issues with the paint on the body. Just that head sculpt, really. And here are the feet. A little bit different type of sculpt here. I'm not the biggest fan of the feet. I'll get into that in a bit. And you can see this big kind of gap there on the bottom of the thighs. It doesn't look that great, but when you articulate the figure, you'll notice that it is there for a reason. It allows for the articulation. So I think that the sculpt on this is good for the suit. I think the Soldier Boy was a better look. But you know, what can you do? It's the figure, right? So you can only go by what the character looks like. So let's take a look and see how he articulates. We'll obviously start with the head as always. Looking down, he has very good range. Pretty good. And going up, sort of like Soldier Boy. He goes up a little bit. I don't know what the deal is with Medicom. You know, articulate those heads. We want them looking up, especially a guy who's kind of under the sea, you know what I mean? So there's a noticeable gap there at the neck. It's not a deal breaker, but you definitely notice it. So for the head, he articulates, but then again, you got to watch for that gap when you turn the neck. So both sides, good range. And if you want to move them side to side, there's no real issue either. You do get range going both left and to the right. Now let's check out the arms. The arm, you can go 360 degrees. It has no real noticeable drop down on the arm. At least on mine, you have the bicep swivel, as you can see. But he does have great butterfly joints. And it works pretty well with the look of him. You can get a little bit of a Hulkamaniac pose going on. So if you want to pose him out. But again, it's good range. It's a very nice engineering there. And if you want to use it maybe for a swimming pose, I guess that would be pretty good for that as well. Double jointed elbow, excellent. And for the arms going up, out to the side, you get really good range there as well. Now there are some issues with him standing up, and that's because of the ball joints down at the feet. We'll get into that later. This is that new Medicom kind of soft goods for the diaper. And his ab crunch, it's all right, it's decent. Going back, he has more range. There is a gap, but it's not as in your face, I would say, as some of the other ones. So that's good range going to the back. Now side to side, great range, much better than Soldier Boy. Going to the other side. Again, really good range, great range. Getting his calisthenics in. Side to side, you get upper torso and abdomen area for rotation. Both sides, no problem with the drop down. Doing the split. Perfect. Very good. And if you want to do the Van Damme, you get out to about there. So the knee, double jointed, but the space there, you can see it's kind of that way to allow for that better range on the calf as it moves up. You can rotate the leg a little bit at the thigh, like a lot of the Mafex figures. Which is good. Now getting down to the feet. Again, the ball joint there, it gets stuck a little bit, and because of the design of the foot, not the foot, the shin guard there, it hinders a lot the ability to do the rocker. So going up and down, there's no problem at all. You get some good range. But again, and I think a lot of you know what I'm talking about, sometimes the ball joints at the ankle, they don't work very well, and they're hindered a lot by the design of that lower calf. So he should be able to get more of a rocker there, but you know, it's just hard. So I had to really mess around with it for a bit to actually get it to line up properly. So my biggest complaint, I would say, are probably the feet. Let's get that back in focus. Sorry about that. All right, so let's take a look at the scale. Here he is with the Mafex Aquaman. They scale fairly well. I would say that they're probably the same height. Aquaman's hair probably gives him a little bit of an advantage. Here he is with the newly released Soldier Boy. He is taller than Soldier Boy, as you can see. Again, that review is up. And finally, here he is with the Homelander minus that chest piece and Black Noir. He is the same size, same height as Homelander, slightly a pinch more than Black Noir. Now here he is with some of the posing. You know I'm not the best poser. But this one, I like this one. I think that this is a fun look. It's a cool look. You know, again, you've seen my own head, so maybe I'm a little bit partial. Thinking about the figure, I think the figure is a very good figure. He's not a great figure. I would probably give him an 8.5. The articulation really helps him, but the head sculpts are not really there. The feet I'm not feeling. So yeah, I would probably give this guy about an 8.5. So again, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Be good, be safe, and see you all next time.